For years, people laughed at Katt Williams. They called him bitter, jealous, desperate for attention. But now, the mood has shifted, and suddenly people are listening a lot more carefully to what he said.
Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart. So everybody that Katt sat right here and told you about, everything he was saying was on the up and up. No one's saying he's lying. I can't wait to see your next interviews with those people.
They ain't coming on now, Mo.
Back in January 2024, when Katt sat down on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharpe, he didn't hesitate for a second. He named names, big names, powerful names, and he claimed that some of the industry's most protected figures were hiding serious secrets. At the time, there was no verified proof backing his words, just his confidence and the fire in his tone. Most people brushed him off. Social media turned him into a meme. Critics called it another rant. But then 2026 happened. Millions of pages tied to the Epstein investigation were released publicly. And while being mentioned in documents is not the same as being charged with a crime, the timing made people look twice. Now online commentators are drawing parallels. Some say portions of the released material seem to echo parts of what Katt had been hinting at.
Because what I think it is that everybody just wants to see him take an L on this one. And I'm just trying to figure out why. Why does everyone have such a vested interest in seeing Katt Williams take the fall for this, or go down for this, or be responsible for this, or set it up, or done this, or done that? And the only thing that makes sense to me is oh, y'all want him to be bad because Diddy is still in jail. Rock Nation is looking really bad, and all of you Shluminati people, you're all looking real bad right now. So y'all need the people that pointed it out to look even worse, don't you? That's what makes sense to me. That's what I see. And it's kind of disgusting because in my opinion, there's a lot of people that should be speaking up for Katt right now that's not. There's a lot of people on that tour that probably should have had something else to say other than what's...
Others caution that documents contain raw references, not verdicts. Still, the conversation changed. Instead of asking, is Katt serious? People began asking, how did he know what he knew?
And nothing else really matters. I have to, that's what I do.
Is it easier to be quiet?
For who?
Anyone.
It's easy. It's easier for my enemies to be quiet. Where's my camera? Yeah. Just be quiet. Just shut up. And I'll pass right by. Yeah, I just had to say that.
The renewed spotlight intensified after legislation referred to as the Epstein Files Transparency Act pushed for expanded document releases. Legal experts quickly reminded the public, disclosure does not equal guilt, but disclosure does invite scrutiny. Among the names reportedly appearing in filings was Jay-Z, also known as Sean Carter. Important distinction: inclusion in investigative records does not automatically mean wrongdoing, but his name circulating in that context triggered massive online debate. A 2019 FBI crisis intake form that surfaced publicly included allegations from an anonymous woman who described events she says occurred in 1996. In that report, still unproven in court, she alleged she was brought to a private location and later found herself in a room with Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. She further alleged serious criminal misconduct took place while Jay-Z was present. There have been no court findings confirming those accusations, but the allegation alone reignited controversy. The same woman also alleged that Jay-Z cultivated relationships that placed women in vulnerable positions. Again, allegations, not convictions. Still, old interview clips began resurfacing.
To the parking lot, and I would watch them all go up there. And, they would be thinking I'm coming later. I would just be on the car having a grand old time, smoking and laughing, watching everybody going. And, yeah, so you can't tell me what goes on because 5 hours later, I'm still in the parking lot when they come down. And, just to see all them big time Hollywood men that I just watched go up there, they all come down off the shuttle and looking sad in the eyes. And all of them wearing Sean John and looking oily, and they all walk crazy like this, and their shoelaces were always untied. I don't know why. Their shoelaces were always untied. And then they would get in their car and they would drive off standing up, big boy, with their head out there. All of them. And I couldn't believe it, but one of the highlights of my Hollywood career, you know. But you can't tell me, because I was there to see on both ends.
Hey man, you know what's wild about that? I'm wondering how many people would see, oh man, these are jokes.
None of the people that was on the shuttle.
Right.
And they the only ones I care.
Viewers pointed to moments where conversations seemed to tense up when his name was mentioned. Interpreting tone is subjective, but perception spreads fast online. Jaguar Wright later echoed similar claims in interviews, suggesting Jay-Z and Diddy wielded powerful industry influence.
Adjacent to, or, you know, traveling in the same circles as the person that's been selected to be this icon. Because let's just be very clear, he was selected, just like Diddy was selected. Question is by who? Now, for many years, I minded my business about a lot of things, but a lot of things came to me. I heard a lot of things. You gotta remember, this was back when I was still trying to be amicable with the industry so that I could have my career, so that I could have my life, right? Everything that I worked for, everything that I sacrificed. Up until, what? 2016, 2017, I was still ignoring a lot of things. A lot of things. It wasn't until I couldn't ignore it anymore because I realized this ain't going nowhere. And then when I started seeing exactly how dangerous things had become, it was very simple. It's either you're going to speak up or they're going to keep getting away with it, or you're going to get handled up on regardless because you're not playing along the way you should be playing along. Like that's how this works. Like the people that get rewarded are the people that keep the secrets, the people that are quiet, and the people that lie for them. The people who get a pass are the people who pretend that like they don't know what's going on. And then the people that speak up are the people that, you know, get persecuted, get framed, get trashed, you know, are forced to go broke, you know, that kind of. So, yeah, like I cannot say that it was an overnight.
Those statements remain her personal allegations and have not been legally substantiated, but they added fuel to an already growing fire.
Jay-Z in his situation, as far as the early Jay-Z, you see him with Aaliyah Young, of course, goes to Dame Dash next. You see him with Foxy Brown. You see the maturation of Beyonce and him getting with Beyonce. You see Rihanna at a young age. Is it more so, and you were young as a singer, is it more so that, you know, when you're in this industry, men are going to most likely talk and date their peers? And it's just that technically all the new rising stars at that time
are babies.
Were just young women, just young kids.
Babies. Being ran around by grown men.
There was a video of Rihanna winning an award, and she was thanking her parents. And Jay-Z, you know, he stepped in and, you know, said, nah, you know, she means to thank me. And he was being very overly aggressive. And you look at Rihanna's age at that time, you look at him, how much does power and influence, even for you, you were backstage, you know, saw him cry, unplugged. How much does power and influence come to those?
I was also a grown woman and I was pregnant and married. She was a kid.
Wow.
She was a kid. Yeah, I remember that. No, you need to thank me. That's kind of ballsy, isn't it?
When you look back at it, hypothetically, Jay-Z leaves the country right now. He goes Russell Simmons.
He could.
Yeah.
He could do that.
He's a quiet man regardless, so it doesn't.
Internet users then dug through archived footage, party clips, red carpet photos, showing Jay-Z and Weinstein at overlapping high-profile events, including gatherings connected to Diddy. Important context: attending the same public events does not establish involvement in criminal acts. Weinstein has been convicted on separate charges. No court has established criminal liability against Jay-Z related to those matters. Still, proximity in elite circles became a talking point. Speculation grew. Some asked whether patterns were being overlooked for years. Others warned against building narratives from associations alone. Then there's Kanye West. In 2018, he publicly criticized Jay-Z and Pusha T.
You take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people, so how the f they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars. Man. Liars are now the face of our culture.
Accusing them of dishonesty. At the time, many dismissed his remarks as erratic. Now some viewers are rewatching those clips with fresh eyes. Past disputes, however, are not evidence of criminal behavior. They are opinions voiced in public conflict. As the online storm intensified, some commentators even speculated about Beyonce.
Unsealed Epstein files have just dropped a bombshell that ties Jay-Z and Beyonce directly to Jeffrey Epstein's darkest secrets. These two are named in survivor testimony for taking part in horrifying human hunts deep in Africa's remote forests. So picture this: vulnerable young'uns released into the wilderness, then chased down with weapons, snarling packs of dogs, and even helicopters overhead. Survivors say Jay-Z and Beyonce weren't just watching, they were boots on the ground in Nigeria at least 3 times, laughing as they directed the chaos and even stepping in to finish off cornered victims in what witnesses call ritualized brutal slayings. There's talk of skin being taken as trophies. Nigerian police built a solid case from survivor accounts, but then high-level embassy contacts out of Washington shut it all down. Officers got transferred or pushed into early retirement, but one brave voice is still speaking out, risking his—
To be clear, there are no verified official documents linking her to Epstein's criminal activity, nor confirmed records placing her at his island. But in the digital age, accusations move faster than verification, and silence is often misinterpreted, even though legally it carries no implication. Richard Branson's name also appeared in released correspondence. In one 2013 email, Epstein referenced thanking Branson for hospitality and public relations advice. That line alone sparked headlines. Mention in communication does not imply criminal involvement. Branson has publicly condemned Epstein's crimes and expressed support for justice. Still, historical associations drew renewed attention.
That were found in the Epstein files where he tells Jeffrey to bring along his hair. Now guys, his team says that he never would have said that if he fully understood the context in which he was talking to Jeffrey Epstein about all of this. Except I'm pretty sure he understood the context because these emails were from 2013 and Jeffrey Epstein had already been convicted in 2008. And Branson is trying to email him a PR memo on how he can spin his 2008 conviction. So I'm pretty sure he was aware. Advises Jeff to see if he can get Bill Gates to say that he mentored him, and advises Epstein to say that he just slipped up after sleeping with a 17-and-a-half-year-old woman because the and a half makes a difference. And he's been punished for it and he's learned his lesson, obviously. Jeffrey responds thanking him for his PR advice. There are other emails from Richard Branson to Jeffrey Epstein like this one where he asked him to bring his 2 Russian girls along, but I digress. He also has a history of harassing women, but don't worry guys, he doesn't remember the harassment. But I think his interview with Conan shows exactly how he felt he could treat women. Now, I can't show this entire interview. It's over 10 minutes long, and some of the things he says in it, you can't show on this app.
What's his name? Where does he live? Does this work for you? Does this work for you wherever you go? Only a billionaire could walk in a room, grab Salma Hayek, and throw him on the lap. She got you to take your clothes off, so I thought, you know. Everyone gets their own television set, is that right? Yes. Now you give me a job if this movie doesn't do well. Please go see it. It's wonderful. She's lovely. Yes, very nice. I hate your life, by the way. you also have to have Salma Hayek massaging you, pal. How can you go further with the airlines?
We like to make it fun. We're going to turn the Mile High Club into a legitimate thing, and we're going to put double beds on the planes. It's going to be an all-night affair for people like Salma and her English boyfriend.
You touch her one more time, I'll rip your head off, pal.
I've seen people say that Conan was serious about that, but the interview goes on. Richard Branson asks Salma Hayek what her first time was like. And Branson also discusses his modeling agency where he had Kate Moss sign up when she was a child, saying he wanted to keep in the theme of his company's name. So signing up young girls that were, I am appalled after seeing all of this today and how long it was allowed to go on when he acted this openly and brazenly in the public.
Sarah Ferguson, known as Fergie and formerly married to Prince Andrew, was referenced in emails included in the document releases, including exchanges during Epstein's house arrest period. In one message attributed to Epstein's account, her name appeared in text. Presence in emails does not equate to wrongdoing, but the optics fueled conversation. One message included the line, "I think Fergie can now say I am not a pedo." The context of that remark has not been legally clarified. Another 2009 email carried a friendly tone about meeting for tea.
Book, you devote some time to his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, and I just wonder whether she's in danger as a world-class grifter as well, because the emails of Jeffrey Epstein show her acting absolutely appallingly, and not just on the sensational stuff, helping to set up meetings between that pedophile and her own goddaughter, for heaven's sake, and also her own daughters, and telling Epstein of another woman that you may marry her too, she's single, she has a great body, okay, well marry me, and then we'll employ her. But then again, there's the financial links, with one email from Epstein saying he'd supported her financially for 15 years, Andrew. What did she do for him in return?
Well, Sarah Ferguson gave Epstein the sort of entree into Andrew and into the royal family. But who knows? I mean, there's still a lot more to come out. But you're absolutely right. Sarah Ferguson is a material witness to what was going on in Epstein's home. She was often a regular visitor there, and she should certainly be testifying to the Senate. But there's also HMRC, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, should be looking at her. The Companies Act, I think she broke. The charitable laws, charitable things that she broke running her charities. So I think she's definitely worth investigation as well, and she should certainly be questioned about the misconduct in public office, as should his daughters, who accompanied him on many of these trips and used these trips to basically get contacts which they're now exploiting them.
Some online readers interpreted warmth. Others urged caution against reading intent into correspondence without full context. Then came Brett Ratner. A photo from the document release showed him attending an event where Epstein was also present. The image spread quickly. Ratner publicly stated the photo was nearly 2 decades old, taken while he was with his then-fiancée, and that he had no personal relationship with Epstein. No court has established criminal wrongdoing against him in this matter. Still, public attention widened beyond a few names. Alleged survivor has spoken on national television, describing what she characterized as a circle of influential figures within Epstein's social orbit. Many individuals discussed in media coverage have denied wrongdoing. Allegations shared in interviews remain claims unless confirmed through legal proceedings, but the public conversation continues expanding. And that's why many are revisiting what Katt Williams said years ago. Supporters argue he was dismissed too quickly. Orlando Brown has publicly backed Katt's earlier claims, including comments about Kevin Hart's industry rise.
Talk about what I've experienced, and what I've experienced is sitting in front of Katt Williams at his own house, $3 million mansion in Malibu. And this man told Tory Hart exactly what Kevin Hart did in order to be where he's at. Now, I don't know if it was Kevin that pissed him off. I don't know who it was that pissed him off. But I do understand that the comedy world is nothing to play with. And it's like, Kevin doesn't want to be a dinosaur. He's really a velociraptor. And some people are actually T-Rexes. And we have a system to break in this universe. Now, if I keep going with this posting that everyone's privy to, it's going to unlock certain systems in the universe that prove that dinosaurs are actually not extinct. That's what Katt knows. He knows the inner workings of how people turned into huge comedians. And I guess,
He says Kevin is an industry plant.
No, man. I mean, Kevin is a dinosaur, and I can't, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you.
Those remain personal viewpoints, not verified evidence of coordinated misconduct, but they reinforce the narrative that some voices were ignored.
Everybody's buttoned down like that and wants to control the world. There's something involved that's outlandish that they keep a secret. That's always been the case with secret societies. I mean, that's the whole eyes wide shut thing, that there's some freak shit going on behind the scenes to anybody that really wants to control everything. You don't just want to control everything. You want to control everything so you can get away with some freak too.
Right, I'm saying, but these Epstein-like characters have existed throughout history, whether they were kings or what, human beings are human beings universally. So everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, these guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment has not existed throughout history.
Katt has long claimed that powerful institutions would eventually face scrutiny, that the system itself would be questioned. Now, with documents released and debates intensifying, the focus shifts to official processes. The real question isn't just who knew Epstein. It's whether further investigations will happen, whether charges will be filed, and whether legal standards will be applied consistently. That determination lies with authorities, not internet threads. As 2026 unfolds, some see a potential turning point. Whether it becomes a year of accountability or just another cycle of speculation depends on what verified legal processes ultimately reveal. One thing is certain, the conversation isn't fading anytime soon.